Alright folks, Raz, the Mtgo back here in the losers finals. And we are playing for a sweet, sweet pack. Yay! Odd games, I think, though, because normally I'm used to playing like hyper fast decks, the 41 card deck. Normally I'm used to playing like against hyper fast decks, but this time it's like we have the hyper fast deck. It's so awesome. I get to play finally the hyper fast deck, and it's just like I play a 2-drop, it gets destroyed. I play another 2-drop, it gets destroyed. I play another 2-drop, it gets destroyed, and then they stabilize. So not so good. All right, before I ramble forever, because we're waiting for our opponent, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and we'll be back when he shows up to tell us what is up. Hey guys, it's Raz again. Okay, no, our opponent is not here yet, and you may notice that it's down to the 5-minute wire. I really do not want to win by default. Win or lose, I like to actually play my games of Magic. So I hope he shows up. But while we're waiting for him, I just wanted to take a minute to actually interact with you guys. One of the things I like to, or rather, one of the things that I enjoy most about making these videos and things like that is actually like looking at comments and responding to them, and I mean, you know, having people, of course, point out things that I did wrong is awesome. A lot of times I can kind of see it, but sometimes I can't. So that's always really important. And, I mean, we all strive to become tighter players and everything like that. But one of the cool things that I'd like to actually do is, like, some sort of, like, real-time interaction. Well, it's not really real-time. You guys are going to watch this and then potentially interact. But the realest time interaction that you can have is over at the Twitch TV that the Themtgnoob has. You can get there through the website. I was talking about that earlier, and that is hilarious, just because some guys are just, I mean, we have a lot of really good players. We have players of all skill levels that stream, but we have some really good players. Oh, he's back! We have some really good players, and they're really fun to watch. And this is probably a no mull. We have 2 colors at least, and we do have a Syndic of Tithes. We're on the draw. But the cool thing is that it allowed me to see that while I always feel bad every time I make a mistake and I feel like just an idiot and a terrible player, it made me realize that even good players make mistakes. So I didn't have to feel quite as bad. We'll play red here. So if you guys can, in the comments, we could have a little fun. Go ahead and just leave a comment about a time where you made a horrible punt and you think it was just epic. Oh, it's our brethren. A horrible punt that you made that you thought was really epic. It could be something like a card that you didn't know it worked a certain way, or it could be something like, you used a sorcery at instant speed, or you were planning on it and then it didn't work that way. Those are probably the best when we try and do something and then we find out that the card doesn't work the way we thought it did, and then in that same instance where we're like, we win, something else happens, and we're like, we lose! That's a Boros Reckoner! Holy cow! Oh, man, that thing is huge. Alright. So anyway, go ahead and do that, and it should be fun. And the best thing is that we can actually learn from one another. So what we've learned tonight from me and all my mistakes, but one of the main things that we've learned tonight is don't try and Cinder Elemental a White of Precinct 6 for the appropriate amount. Like I said, I would always do it for more, but I didn't have enough mana, because you have to stack it as part of the casting cost, so it automatically goes into the graveyard, and it adds 1 additional toughness. Alright, let's play this game here. Looking at a Boros Reckoner, that doesn't look good. Trying to think of ways that we get out of this. Don't really feel like getting killed here. I guess we can just Wojak Halberdiers and extort and see if we can like ride a little bit of the extort train. That might be fine. He'll have to leave mana open to actually do that. On a side note, we could also just mug this and then Wojak Halberdiers. So the question is, do we want to get some value out of this or not? I think we're going to go ahead and Wojak here, and the reason is because the next turn we'll have the Sky Knight Legionnaire out, which is kind of cool, so we might actually be able to do something cool with it. We can extort which is fine. So we'll probably just go ahead and mug the Skin Brand Goblin. I'd much rather wait for like a Madcap skills or something before I mug this thing, but I kind of feel like we might have to. Mugging a Skin Brand Goblin is not like my favorite thing to do, but I guess we'll go ahead and do it. Because if we don't draw any mana next turn, we are kind of in a pickle and we'll be taking a bunch of damage. So now he can swing here, but we'll at least swing back for a lot. We do have a trick in our hand. Well, we have several tricks in our hands, which is pretty cool. And we'll have things like Sky Knight Legionnaire possibly coming out as well, so that's pretty sweet. He's Boros, so I imagine he'll have a follow-up play here. If he didn't, that would have been nice. Oh, it's an Ember Beast. Oh, it's an aerial maneuver. Okay, that's pretty cool. But right now, I think we just go ahead and Legionnaire it up and swing in for a bunch. And hopefully with all these tricks, we can just outrace him. Can't smite. Only got one creature. And it's an Ember Beast. And it can't block. Boom. Alright, so our crackback looked alright. We're going to take a bunch here, which is pretty unfortunate. Looking to take 6, taking us down to 11. We start drawing some mana, though. We might be alright. Alright, he passes there, so it looks like he didn't have too much to do. So I guess the question is what to do here. I guess we just go ahead and Sky Knight Legionnaire in. Because we can. Let's see, what do we do here for Sky Knight Legionnaire? We're going in for 2. We can do 7, bringing him down to 6. And that's not quite enough yet. So let's get in there. Still have things like aerial maneuvers, which is pretty cool. Have things like Skin Brand Goblin, which is cool too, but I almost feel like I want to just leave this guy as a trick, especially if we can get something like an Assault Griffin out. And if we draw a red, we can swing in for 2, 4, 9. We can almost get there. I think we're just going to go ahead and play out the Skin Brand Goblin and extort. Because now we have him down to 10. And if we see a green, we can just win. There's a green. So he could have any number of just sweet, sweet removal that'll just blow us away. I think we just kind of play it a little bit safe and just swing in with the Sky Knight Legionnaire. And then we can play the Assault Griffin, and maybe that'll take us to victory. Okay. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And that should be enough. If I have to, we can chump the Boros Reckoner and make him spend something for first strike. I would probably just chump it with like a Skin Brand Goblin or something like that. Okay, so he's not doing anything. So, I mean, I guess we just try and go for the win here. How do we do this? Let's see. We can rush in basically with just our flyers. So let's give it a go. Okay, I mean we have to, we can't just sit here and not do anything. So which one of these would I rather lose? I'd probably rather lose the Sky Knight Legionnaire. So let's see if he has anything to say about that. Because that's going to be game. Oh, wow. Sorry, partner. Alright, I guess we were worried over nothing. So, alright. So I guess that's game one. I mean, the Boros deck that he has looks okay. He's obviously splashing for black for something. Boros Reckoner is a house. That's going to be a problem. We do have ways to deal with it, though. Things to do. Definitely want to keep in the flyers. He doesn't seem to have any. Sky Knight Legionnaire is going to be really important. Aerial Maneuver could probably come out, but it may be our win condition because we may be able to spike something up into the air and get it over. So I kind of want to keep it. If I brought it out, I guess I could bring it out for something like this Ubris Protector. Or not the Ubris Protector. Well, yeah, the Ubris Protector would actually be pretty good. Or something like a Holy Mantle. I kind of like Ubris Protector because that gets us a big beefy guy in the air that can take care of the Boros Reckoner, still blocks with it. It's pretty nice. I might even take out an Assault Griffin for it. Or do I just take out the Aerial Maneuver? I kind of like the Aerial Maneuver. I don't know. I think we'll just stick with where we are right here. Other thing that I can do is I could take out the Aerial Maneuver and put in something like that Prophetic Prism. That might be good too. But again, that Aerial Maneuver might just be our key to victory. Alright, let's just run it back out. We haven't seen a whole lot of his deck. We know it has good cards. I mean, we know it has a Boros Reckoner and such. But let's see what he can do when he gets a real hand. Still in with the 41 card deck. Going to go ahead and wait, and we'll see what he wants to do here in a little minute. Okay, this is slow as all get out, but this is one of the rare instances where we have all of our colors. So I don't think I can get rid of it. We are 2-drop city, and we're on the draw. So smart money says that we will see some sort of 2-drop. There's one. So we can play out one of our many guild gates here, considering we're holding 2 in our hand right now. Skinbrand Goblin, A. I've got one of those. I think we're just going to go ahead and get that dude down there. If he wants to trade, I'm totally okay with that because we have a really slow hand. So hopefully we can just take over the game late. Interesting. That's pretty good. So let's see here. If we do this, we can actually play this guy, which is kind of sweet. But that means that we're missing out on all of our 4-drops. Because, like, Shanktail's going to be really good against him. Scorchwalker's going to be really good against him. I mean, I guess I'm okay with curving out. Let's go ahead and lay that down. Let's go ahead and swing in here and see if he wants to take the trade. Really going to like the Shanktail, though. Shanktail should be good. I mean, even as a trick, it's good, but I kind of almost want to get him out. We didn't see any removal from him, though, so we don't know if he has any of those nice muggings or anything like that. You always want to mug a Shanktail. Arrow maneuvers or something like that could take care of this, but I'm totally fine with him using one of his tricks on that dude. Okay, that's fine. So that's kind of the trade I thought would happen. We'll go ahead and play out this Slaughterhorn, get some power on the board. If he has something like his own Shanktail, we have things like Massive Raid. Okay, see, that's pretty good, but that's something that is very, very massive raidable. Or muggingable. And I think we just go ahead and massive raid it. We can play out our guild gate. Let's see, prevent all combat damage. Okay, so massive raid definitely works. This is a prime candidate for something like a madcap skills as well, but I just don't feel like trading for it. So let's just go ahead and kill that. And plus, we can throw down mugging if he has another small creature to madcap skills, which is fine. Getting in here for 3 damage is not negligible either. Alright, so we'll have our 4 drops online, which is pretty sweet. So the question is Scorchwalker, Assault Griffin, and Shanktail. I mean, it really comes down to what he plays, which he's playing nothing. That's kind of weird. Wojak Halberdiers is actually very good too. So let's go ahead and rush in here with Slaughterhorn. Getting in for the early beats. Probably just want evasion. And I probably want to keep Scorchwalker back because that's going to be a sweet trick to play to probably rush in for the final bits of damage. So we'll do that. And we still have mugging up, which is nice. Well, not up, but I should say we still have it in our hand. Really? So we're going to see an eviction? Huh. Okay. Well, let's get in there. Okay, Devour Flesh. That's fine. We'll go ahead and do this. We want to keep the evasion on the board. Man, everyone has Devour Flesh. Devour Flesh. It's everywhere. There's no way he would have used that if he had a eviction, so we can probably go ahead and just play out our Shanktail. And our hand still looks really good, so that's fine. Shanktail, prime target for the mugging, but so are all of our guys. So, Death's Approach, huh? Okay. Removal City. Hey. Alright, well, let's get in there. Or rather, let's see if we can get in there. We might just get, like, arrows or something. No more removal for you. So, Wojak Halberdiers is fine. We'll probably just hold back our Scorchwalker as a little trick. And that's what we'll do. And maybe we can just take this game right away. Does have 5 cards in hand, though. Boros Reckoner. If that is all you've got, then I think we might just win this. Another Death's Approach. Jeez Louise. Good for you. Alright, can we just win this? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can either mug this guy or we can Gruul Charm it. And we can Scorchwalker as well. Let me just double check and make sure I have my math right. Gruul Charm. This guy can't block. We're going to use that, and then we'll have 3 left for Scorchwalker. That should be just fine. So, creatures without flying cannot block. Bang. Alright, so we rush in here. And there's nothing for 1 red, so I have no fear about playing this like this. There's nothing that he could have for 1 red, I should say. So that should be game. Yeah, bad luck. I know all about it. Sometimes I have bad luck and bad skill. All right. So we managed to get there in the end. The deck was pretty sweet, I thought. It was a fast little Boros deck. I think I'm kind of inexperienced with like this hyper fast version of Boros. I've played like the slower, more grindy Boros deck, which is not as good as the super fast lay a bunch of creatures down, do a bunch of damage Boros deck. But so really fouled up that Cinder Elemental play. Not much you can do, though. So anyway, guys, yeah, go ahead and leave me comments about, like, maybe something that you've done, and we can all learn from it. So if you played a card and you thought it worked one way, and Magic the Gathering Online, or just your particular judge at your events was like, nope, it doesn't work that way, you lose, share it with the rest of us so we can all learn from it. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys keep learning, keep playing Magic. This is Roz with the Mtgnoob and Planeswalkers Library. Make sure to check out that Twitch and get involved. You can live vicariously through people spending their hard-earned money on Magic the Gathering Online and force them to make unusual plays and weird picks during drafts and things. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, you guys, I'll see you later. This is Roz. Later, guys.